Facebook man, posting lies about my life which no one else can. Filters on my face to disguise my age. Show money that I don't have, there's words on my page. Why don't you come and join my team? It's called living the fake Facebook life dream. If they post a pic of me eating clean, but it's pizza and burgers for dinner, you know what I mean. A snapshot of vacations that I got no money to take. Send you one of my sports car, you know that it's a fake. Got my love loaded up with things that aren't even true. Pretending on Facebook is my thing to do. Yeah, 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 yeah.
2,000 friends, which I've never done met. A pic of my lunch is what you're gonna get. I had a post of your baby, say it's one darn cute kid. But I lied, cause it's ugly, that's called an online fib. I talk about success in my job and the pending promotion. But in reality it's a psych, cause I got a demotion.
Only the fake Facebook man, posting lies about my life which no one else can. Filters on my face to disguise my age. Show money that I don't have, there's words on my page. Why don't you come and join my team? It's called living the fake Facebook life dream.
You block me on Facebook without a judge, jury, or trial. I'll be creeping you the next day with a shiny new profile. See a pic of my family? Yeah, we're having a good time. Well, the joke's on you. We have not talked in 8 months or 9. I'll tell you about the weather and the stuff you don't need to know. I'll fake a good illness so the sympathy will grow. I'll ask you to donate to my made-up cause and post selfies on the daily that ain't breaking no laws. So don't judge the life of the fake Facebook man, pretending to be happy like no one else can. All right, pal, it is Sunday, November the 14th. The snow is on the ground, and that means Christmas season, right?
That's right. Christmas officially got underway last night with the 2021 Christmas Santa Claus Parade. And a little bit more exciting because we didn't have one last year, so it was great to see everybody lighting the streets last night, and it was great to be a part of it with our very first float with Kids and Clop Live. We had some fun last night.
We will. And we're going to get into that. We're going to chat with Steve and Becky first, but we're going to get into that. We have a lot of people to thank because it looked good. Not really thanks to us.
We didn't have a hand in any of that. we kind of directed what was going on, but there's a lot of stars behind the scenes. And again, we'll go through them all eventually during the show tonight.
There you go. Yeah. So we
ate the candy canes. That's all we did.
We did, right? Did you say you gave them away or you ate them?
Well, I ate a few, but we gave away a bunch, and we're also going to talk about that next year. We're gonna try to space out Clomp's givingness.
You can't tell the whole story right now. You know that, right?
I know we can't. No. But I'm just saying, you gave away a lot more of your stash before we even hit about 400 meters into the route last night. But anyhow, we'll talk about that in a little bit later.
Yeah, there we go.
There's Selena saying hello. There's Sarah J. Wing. Hello, Sarah J.
Lori, yeah.
Took a nice picture of our float last night. Lori, Blockbuster guy, is there. Hello, Ronnie. Good evening from Janice. Hello, Kinsman and Clomp. There's Chad Dabano. Amy saying hello. And Blockbuster says, I'm the other guy. Barb says hello, guys. Hi, Barb. Always a pleasure having so many people tune into the show. It's great. The love on the parade route. It just warms your heart. That a lot of people tune in. It's great to see and hear. And
Yeah.
Janice says, I like Mark's background tonight, but he looks pale today. No, it could be my light's too bright, Janice, but it's better than pink. I'd rather be pale than pink. There's Mary Laneville, the star, one of the stars behind the decorations from our float last night.
Yeah, we definitely have a big thank you to Mary and Dave coming up shortly.
Mary and Dave, the Lanevilles.
Yeah, that's right. So, but first, our good friends, Steve and Becky are on from the Urban Farm. And I have to tell you right now, Kinsman, I actually have a lasagna in the oven. I timed it right because it's going to be ready by the time the show ends.
You hope it's going to be ready? Did you look at the label? Now, if it's the one that I picked up last week for my boys, 1 hour and 40 minutes. So when did you put it in?
You don't cook a lasagna for an hour. What type of lasagna are you cooking for an hour and 40? How big is this lasagna?
It's one of the giant ones at the Urban Farm.
What are you cooking it at?
An hour and 40 minutes was the one that I put in there. Yeah.
You're cooking at what, 100 degrees then?
No, this is from frozen.
Yeah, you cook. Okay, we're gonna.
You're from thawed or frozen.
You know what?
Anyhow, let's bring the pros on. They can probably decipher between their lasagna.
You don't know what you're talking about again. Hey,
I know exactly what I'm talking about.
How's it going, Steve and Becky?
Good.
Do you cook a lasagna for an hour and 40 minutes?
Well, from frozen, you may have to.
No way. No, 45 to 50, I would say.
There you go. Well, you've got a super oven.
Right? I followed the directions. The one I had from frozen from the Urban Farm, it said an hour and 40 minutes from the frozen stand. I didn't thaw it. So,
Mark, did it turn out?
It turned out amazing.
There you go.
Yeah, it was burnt.
And I just want to say, my boys, since having the Urban Farm lasagnas, they're not they're very picky eaters. Anybody who has kids, especially toddlers, very picky eaters. But my boys love the Urban Farm lasagna.
Yeah, it's very good.
That's our go-to now.
You know, if you listen, Mark, if you burn your lasagna, you can't bring it back to the Urban Farm and say, I want a refund.
Yeah, that's right. Can I exchange this for a fully cooked one? And I'll put this one back.
If you like the lasagna, you got to try the spaghetti.
Well, that's what I've been told. The spaghetti, like everything there. I picture every meal I've tried and had through the Urban Farm. It's like I picture my grandmother, cooking up everybody always says grandma cooks the best dishes. I picture like 1,000 grandmothers out there doing all these dishes and providing them to the Urban Farm.
We won't show you the back. We won't show you what's in the back.
That's right.
Grandma's in the back.
No secrets revealed. We can't reveal it all here on the show.
Yeah, you can never take the kid because you maybe if you know all their secrets, you're gonna open up a store, the Urban Farmer, right next door.
That's right. Well, I would say they're the kids were jumping through the screen before we hopped onto the show here tonight. I said, there you go. There's your next T-shirt, the Urban Farmers. And,
there you go, pal. Anyways, welcome to the Sunday show. We appreciate it, and we really wanted to talk about tonight because we've chatted a few times about what's currently going on with the Urban Farm, and we do want to hit on that. But it's been, I think it's a great story to start from the beginning because there's so many people in the community that are passionate about starting a business, but are maybe a little bit scared or don't know where to start and are worried about some of the failures as you go along, because you got to have some failures before you celebrate success. I think it's an excellent idea because you're on a very successful run here. You're growing the business. There always seems to be new developments, and we know as running a business, it's not an easy thing. It doesn't happen overnight, and you can lose a lot of sleep, a lot of stress, it's a lot of time. But it's something you're passionate about. It's well worth it. So I thought it'd be an awesome topic. So maybe we could start by the idea of the business. I know we touched on this before, but it was just one day you said it's time for me to be my own boss. Is this how it all sort of came together?
Yeah. Well, again, it was the summertime. We were hanging out with the kids, just trying to, teach them about where their food comes from and whatnot, visiting some local farms. And we had a building that, again, Steve kind of wanted to do something with. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that. and out came the urban farm. And here we are today. I thought he was crazy. I really did. When he came home and said, we're doing this like full time, I was like, what?
Nothing like jumping in head first, but obviously if you both share the same passion, which you do, you're obviously going to, as they say, the sky's the limit. And, I'm ashamed to say this. I was only introduced to the urban farm, your Crawford Street location. It was about 2 years ago. Someone said, you need to try the urban farm. And I went in there, I was looking for sandwich buns. And since then, this is truth. I get the dinner roll type buns. I use those for sandwiches. My boys love them. I love them. And I've been continuously coming back ever since. And again, it took, 2 years ago, I was introduced, and I'm a lifetime fan now. It's just amazing the products that, the urban farm and you guys carry.
Yep. But let's go back to that story. So you want to start your own business, but one of the scary things is that it's not like where you work for someone else and you get a paycheck guaranteed every 2 weeks or bi-weekly or monthly, whatever it may be. When you start your own business, it's really all dependent on yourself. So if you have a rough start or a rough month, your income could be a lot lower than you're used to. So it really is a bit of a leap of faith, right? You're passionate about it and you have a plan to succeed, but to anyone that's starting a business, that's one thing you worry about. So I would assume at the beginning, you're thinking, okay, like, can we financially manage this for a while? How is it going to be the first few months, the most difficult months? And, and when of course, then when you're raising a family, that's extra pressure, right? Because people are dependent on you. So were a lot of those things going through both your mind at the time?
I don't think it was going through my mind. I think Becky thought I was a little bit crazy to jump all in. It was just a great opportunity. It was something that I had fallen in love with, and it just all worked itself out, in September. So when we opened the store in November, so of course we started this throughout the summer, met some midnight farmers, met some local farmers. We just wanted to see if some of the farmers would want to work with us. Some did, some didn't take us seriously. So then it's almost like a fire, saying I could do this, right? That they're not believing in me and stuff like that. So it's pretty neat. You just got to go all in with your dream. Becky, I was a little bit worried because the financial situation. I said, hey, we got a few months in the bank account, and if it doesn't work, well, I'll just find another job at the mine or whatever. Right. And but I think. You just got to believe in yourself and believe in the dream. I think is ultimately what has to happen, and you got to be ready for it financially. Of course, I felt like we were. Becky likes a little bit more security than what I would, but whatever it was, if it was 5, 6, 7 months in, we definitely had that, and I felt like it was secure enough at that point for us to just jump all in, and it paid off. But of course, we had the building at the time. It was a nice project. The main floor was pretty wide open by then, eh?
Yeah, it was completely wide open when we first purchased the building, and then we kind of just created the urban farm out of it. We lived upstairs, it made sense to us, right?
Yeah.
It was the perfect opportunity. Literally, it fell into our laps. So. Yeah.
And Steve, when you were speaking, you made a good point about building relationships. So I assume, when, you worry about the finances, you worry about the business plan, but Becky, I guess that's as equally as important because you got to build credibility. You got to build relationships, especially when you're a new brand. So did you really, I assume you gave a lot of thought about this as how we're going to start and prove ourselves to the people that we're going to depend upon to bring us the product to sell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I was driving around at the farms with the kids and Becky on weekends. Becky was full-time at the school board then. Yep. So, for us, we still had income coming in that way. So we were still covering the bills, of course, that always worked out. So we had some backup there. It was just a matter of obviously, for us anyways, watching, no more big camper payment and so on and so forth. So we didn't have toys, and we still don't have toys. We're still growing the business. So I think that was really important for us to know where we were going, right? When you're growing a business, don't do the toys and really focus. And I was ready to pretty well work from, 7 in the morning, 6 in the morning till midnight, which we were doing then.
We were
hands
great.
down,
I was
every
working-
single day.
I would work at the school from 8 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'd come home on my lunch and do some paperwork on my lunch. I'd walk back to the school. I'd finish the rest of my day. Then we'd get into the van at 4 o'clock. We'd run out to the farms, get our stuff.
It was the Explorer.
Yeah. Like, honestly, those late nights, you have no idea. It's funny because now I'm like working full time for the store, and yet, like, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm like, how did I do that? I don't know. But yeah, we're still working hard. It's just, you know, when you first start out, like, expect to give 1,000,000 hours because it's just
really do. But it is a lot of hours, but I find there's a difference between a lot of hours and a job that you sort of like, and then something that you're very passionate about.
100%. 100%. And creating those relationships were so important to us. And still to this very day, the very first farmer that believed in us and that gave us our chance at any of this, Steve and him are like very good friends. He's Mr. Bowman. He's the first Mennonite farmer that we dealt with. And he still to this day will take Steve aside. And whenever we kind of just need that, you know, like that boost of confidence or whatnot, he believes in us, I think, more than anyone I think we've ever met. He knows, he sees it with us, and he's supporting us 1,000,000%. He's been a true inspiration and a big part of the urban farm, huge part. So it's been really cool.
Yeah, it's really good to have those people that have a leap of faith. And another thing I find is important is that you be willing to accept you're wrong because you're new at it. So I probably, like, we've done this in our business too, but I'm sure in your business, you might have had an idea. Maybe you had a discussion with someone with marketing or one of the farmers, and you go, this is my idea. And they go, well, no, hold on. This is sort of the wrong way. I've been doing this a long time. And you got to be willing to take that input.
Yeah. I actually just went for a meeting with the board of directors for Countryside Market. And the way it works is there's 18 Mennonites that are Mennonite families that put in money into the Countryside Market. So it's a big partnership, I guess, is how it's ran. And then what they do is it's not for profit. So Countryside Market brings all the product in from the farmers, and they guarantee that they're going to buy that for the farmers. So I went there and just discussed, you know, is it a possibility for us to do similar within, you know, with the urban farm here in Timmins, get some crafters. So, you know, we're really trying to market a year-round farmers market, and it's actually coming along. You know, in the last few months, we're getting a lot of new vendors. So I wanted to get some input with these Mennonite farmers, and of course, always welcome. We pretty well go every 3 months and just discuss where we're going. You know, how to get new people in. You know, just might be having difficult time with produce. How do these guys stick it out? And you know, how long to wait? And they're just very, very, very encouraging. And of course, the same thing with Al Graham. You know, Al Graham has been really awesome with us too, and huge help. So, you know, the farms, when we first started, of course, there's a lot of different people that are baking for us and that, but the farmers are really, truly an inspiration, only because it's crop, right? So it's crop, plays weather, the snow comes around, the sun doesn't, you know, shine, everything. So when we discuss a lot of, you know, ups and downs, it's mainly with farmers, only because they're dealing with a lot of issues all at once. So we're able to ask them, you know, what's going on? How did you overcome that? What do you do to overcome problems? And of course, one of the big things we're using the last couple of weeks is you got to learn before you earn. And we're still very much in the learning process, but we feel within the next few months, we're going to start really earning what we've learned the last few years, right? So we're there. Yeah.
And again, you know, starting off, you know, with your store that was in, you know, South Porcupine, now the flagship store in Timmins, you're branching off all over the place. And again, it's the amazing network of the farmers and these storefronts that, you know, see the trust in you, and they put the trust in your product, and they know just by the name, the Urban Farm, it must make you smile knowing when people see your product. You know, I've seen, you know, even seeing it at the watershed when we were driving back and forth from, you know, Belcarron and back, we see your products there. We say, hey, look, Steve and Becky's, you know, products are there. It must make you feel great knowing that your name, you know, resonates so well up here in the north.
It really is something special, actually. Yeah.
It was neat. Actually, we did a really good run last week. So we did do a Matagami First Nation, big order there, and then we did a smaller order for the watershed, and then Chapleau, right? Yeah. So we're doing that run, which is really good, and we're opening up all the way down to Hillsbury and back on Thursdays, and then we're hoping to do Hearst. Probably after Christmas. We're getting a little busy now. So Hearst all the way back. So last week there must have been, I would say, at least 10 people that are watching our videos, and Becky and myself, and they come in and they recognize us and say, it'd be really nice for you guys to come up to Hearst. And then of course we give them that news that we're looking at doing that after the new year. So we got some really cool things that, we're not going to discuss too much, but that are happening. But really, 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 really cool things that are coming up that Becky and I are super excited about. And of course, it's about growth and patience. I don't have a lot of patience. Becky has a ton of patience, so she slows me down, and these projects sometimes get a little.
It's got to be in a good way. Yin
and yang, right?
Yeah, I got that.
So some of these projects take a little longer than I would like, but ultimately they generally come out a lot better because we find, or Becky finds that patience for me. So no, it's been good. So we got a couple projects coming out, and really looking forward to sharing that with everyone.
Absolutely.
At what point did you decide, we're doing well in the Timmins community? We're on a roll. We got a good business plan here. And then now's the time to expand. Did you give that some thought? Like me, I'm I'm an impatient person too, Steve. I like to go at 100% all the time. So to me, it'd be like, expand? Yes, right now. But obviously it's a business. It's not a tree fort you're building, right? There are consequences if you expand too fast. But you must, at what point, like, were you thinking, okay, for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, and did you have a plan, or you just sort of felt it at that moment?
I think the South End store was a really good stepping stone. It was something that Becky knew, that she said, Steve, it's going to be a small store. It's probably not going to be something you're going to want to stick with. And I said, no, I think I'm going to. And she knew me more than myself, I guess, saying you're going to want to get a bigger store. And I think the store was quite a bit small. And then when I wanted to open the Timmins store, and again, I'm learning to listen maybe a little more, is Becky said, you're probably going to cannibalize South Porcupine. And we did, because a lot of people go to Timmins from South Porcupine. And we noticed that earlier on, that we were seeing a lot of faces, and the faces were saying, hey, I'm going to be back in South Porcupine. But we weren't seeing those faces. And as long as they were coming to Timmins, we were happy. And that's what happened. So our sales slowly started going down while our sales in Timmins were climbing up. So we had to make that choice, and we were actually going to make that choice. I think it was last December. We waited it out. And we just really said, you know what, for Becky and I to work together, and it's a big store, I mean, it's Becky and I with a few employees. So we decided that, how do we expand? We have such a beautiful location out in Timmins, and we have a big back area. And for me to just hang out at the store, I love it. I'm there most of the time, let's say 50% of the time. But I like to go out on the road, and my challenge is to open up doors and to allow other communities to have this product. So at that point there, it's a challenge for me. I want to give the product, and I want to have the meat and different things in different areas. So I get on the road, and really, we're still utilizing the same building to do that. We're still utilizing the same van. We're still utilizing the same Steve. So the expense isn't any greater to open up these markets. If anything, there's a lot more to gain from it than there is to lose. So that's why we're kind of going out these markets. Yeah,
it's smart, and it is exciting. And you folks make a great team, but you mentioned something else again, Steve, that, it's also, you guys can't be there 24/7. You don't want to be, you have to have a good support staff. And if folks have been to the urban farm, they're going to know this. you have an excellent, your employees are always so welcoming and very helpful, and a pleasant smile, and welcome to the urban farm. These small things that go a long way. So I would assume when you're hiring someone to be part of the urban farm family, you look for more than just skills to do the job. You're looking for someone who has that welcoming personality.
100%, 100%. And we've been really, really, really fortunate with anyone, past, present, future, that has come and worked for us. Honestly, every person has been top notch. Yeah, no, we've been really, really blessed. Yeah,
I think we're so very grateful. The back does a lot. So we have, See Me out back. She's one of our full times. She puts a lot of stuff together. So anytime anything comes through the back, so the farmers, any of the vendors that come through, any of the baked goods that come through from Hollinger House or whatever it might be, See Me has to tag that. She has to count it all. So there's a lot of big work between her and Jack that gets done. So we have 2 full times in the back, but Simi's our supervisor back there, and she does a phenomenal job. And then of course, we have Becky and myself that are full time, so 4 full-time people, and then we have all of our students that come in as well. And then when Kylie Crisell was here, she was full time, but she had to go back to college. So we're hoping to see her back, and
Kylie, come back.
Yeah, in April.
She was a real treat. She is super higher in so it's so fun and always bubbly. No matter what, no matter what question you threw at her, she always had the answer. And even if she didn't have the answer, she said, "You know what? I don't have the answer, but let's go." She would find the answer for you. That's
a lot of the girls. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's been really good. And then some of these girls, we hire are just phenomenal with knowing what we're looking for, and maybe it's just a training, but I think we got to give it to them. They're really passionate, and I think just trying to know where your food is from. I think they really like that idea, so they continue that even after we're gone. They want to know more about the product, and they really find out. So it's really neat. Like Jamie Marcotte, probably one of our veterans now, and she's been extremely awesome to Becky and helping out Becky, and as the months go by, they just take on more, right?
Oh yeah, it's so amazing. Like honestly, I'm at the point now where I'm like, "Hey Jamie, can you do this? Can you do that?" She's like, "Yeah, no problem." I'm like, "Here you go, off my plate, onto yours, right?" It's great. It's good. It's really we're blessed.
And I would think too, because Christmas is coming up. So anytime a season approaches, Thanksgiving, Christmas, does your game plan sort of change in terms of what product you bring in? Do you staff more?
Yeah. So right now, between end of October, beginning of December, it's like fundraiser time for us, right? So we can kind of get that done with the limited amount of people that we have. But your last 2 weeks of Christmas, it's all hands on deck. You bring back the students that have, gone off to college. So Kennedy will be back, Kylie will be back, that sort of thing. All hands on deck those last 2 weeks. And we focus on our gift baskets. Last year, our gift baskets were huge hit.
Gift baskets were really good. We actually had somebody full-time just on doing gift baskets. And but product, not so much, though, right? Because our preserve sales go up dramatically. Any sale, I think, in any store would go up at Christmas time. But I don't think we're focusing on a specific product, or we don't necessarily bring in more. I think the bakers will decide to do extra stuff, so we're not necessarily having to think about that. They kind of say, "Hey, this is what we could do for you. We're gonna, add candy cane to whatever this chocolate bar we're making." And that's where, it's the whole team around us as well that comes up with awesome creative ideas. And I think as we really kind of focus on the year-round farmers market aspect of what we're doing, we get a lot more help, because obviously as you're adding these people to your team, they're adding new ideas, and they're really a part of the team. And it's all about them, really.
Yeah. It really is, because when people that work for you have input into the business, they're going to be more passionate about it. And so you can't give away too many secrets, but I guess there are new plans or some stuff to be revealed in the future where the urban farm's going. Are we able to peel any of these off? What's the cliche here, Kinsman?
Maybe reveal a little bit, a tease. Can you give us a bit of a tease on some of these big ones? Can you at least say, you're saying you're up to Hearst soon. Can you say where you will be in Hearst, or is that still, you can't let too much out there?
Well, I think our team's going to grow. We have a couple really neat people that have a ton more experience than I do that approached us, that just want to, they're retired. They've done a lot. And we actually met some other young guy that came in from Toronto who wants to do a few things with us. Mm-hmm. So and they have a ton of knowledge in this. And I think it's going to help us just go to where we want to go. So grow the store, mm-hmm. and then also grow where Steve wants to grow, which is kind of like the wholesale. So we actually are dropping off at Hilltop Variety as of Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's a little, so I guess that we can do that. So it's official. So Hilltop Variety will be offering some of our meals, Mennonite meat pies, some of the baking, bread, that we have and whatnot. So that's really neat. And of course, we just brought in Nickel City cheese. So with the whole wholesaling, the Nickel City cheese is a part of our portfolio that we're working with, along with a ton of other stuff, such as vegan product or plant-based product that is going to be a part of our wholesale that we're going to be able to go see, a lot of different places in Northern Ontario. So while Becky's working the front, I'm kind of working the back as well as a great team. And so, that's a little bit of what we could say. And hopefully,
that's pretty well the layers you're going to get
tonight.
We'll just keep following along. And then, as you peel back the layers, it's exciting to follow, the rise. I say a meteoric rise, because the little seed is now watered and it just keeps going and branching off. It's so exciting to see, what's around the corner for the urban farm.
It's been fun. We really appreciate everyone being so supportive too. So
no, it really is. So just circling back to what I was saying at the beginning, we have a ton of respect for people who are chasing whatever their passion is. Whether it's a restaurant, the urban farm, you want to be a dancer, you want to be a person. If you're chasing the dream, because it's not easy. But I have the highest respect for people who are passionate and give it 100%. So would you have any advice for someone who's maybe thinking tonight, what, I this is my idea and this is what I want to do, but I'm a little bit nervous to get it going? What would you say to them?
I would say nobody knows your dream but yourself, and go for it. And you know what? The worst thing that can happen is you're going to fail and you're going to learn, and you might have to go back at it and tweak it. I always look at different things. And for me, I think the biggest thing that I've learned, and Becky said it at one point, I had this big passion of doing this hot dog cart at our buddy Full Beard. And I couldn't do it. I talked to other people, miserably failed. I gave it 100%, probably 1,000%. Becky said, "Steve, stop, just stop. It's not working." And I said, "No." And I went on for another month after, and I just couldn't get it right. But it doesn't mean somebody else cannot do it. And it doesn't mean that just because I failed that I didn't learn from it. Guess what? It wasn't for me. I'm not going to do the restaurant business. I'm going to stick with the farming and whatever else. So definitely just go for it. And if it doesn't work out, big deal. Try something else.
Yeah. I would definitely say absolutely. Don't ever let anyone, tell you that you can't, because even if you do fall down a couple of times, that's okay. You're going to get back up, dust yourself off, and just keep going. Just try your best. And then that way there you have no regrets.
You're right.
That simple, no regrets, right?
You never want to, say to yourself, let's say 20, 30 years from now, saying, I wish I should have taken that step, right? As they say, take the leap now. And, again, if you're going to sink, you're eventually going to learn how to swim. That's my motto.
Still to this day, any decision that is made at the urban farm, we always circle back. Hot diggity dog.
The hot diggity dog, hot dog cart. And we always go back. But it's funny, Mark, you just said it. Till the day I'm 80, I could say I owned a hot dog cart.
There you go.
And I'll
One
never
up.
ever say, I wish I owned a hot dog cart.
Oh, hey, Mark, the videos we could have done with that hot dog cart, eh?
Right?
The
man.
videos,
Right?
like lifting it up to our car. Oh, yeah, come on now.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe the hot dog cart didn't, survive, but now with the urban farm, if you do, need some grilling, you'd be grilling the urban farm product, and you can still bring that back,
Yeah.
The urban
Wow.
farm dog sale or something.
Oh, that cart is long gone. It is finally gone. We were happy to see it go.
I don't even think so. We didn't sell the cart. We were so glad to see it leave. We gave it to my sister.
Right?
Gave it.
There you
See
go.
you later.
Yeah, that's right. But it's really good that you come on and tell us, because people can walk in the store and go, wow, a real success. And it is, but it's good to hear the backstory, because people can be passionate and they can be chasing their dream and they'll be fulfilled. But it's also good to know that this requires a lot of time, requires a lot of work, a lot of time you're going to be missing from family. Unless you win the lottery and can invest all this, capital into it, it's going to be time consuming in a fun way if you're passionate about
Of course.
it. So,
Yeah.
that's awesome. And a local business, Kinsman. We love seeing local businesses succeed, my friend.
We do, and there's a lot of branches from the urban farm. Guys, Steve and Becky, label off where they can find your products for viewers out there tuning in who maybe haven't ventured into the urban farm yet.
Yeah, come on in. Come check us out. Absolutely. We'd
Yeah.
love to have you. And if ever you need a pick-me-up story, I've got lots of ideas. I'll tell you more when Steve's not around.
Yes. Give me, and I'll tell you all the Kinsman secrets when he's not around. Just be this guy here.
No, it's been good.
Yeah, awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
We love going in there, like I mentioned. I had my lasagna in for 45 minutes, Kinsman.
It's an hour and 40 if it was right out of the freezer. I didn't have any thaw time. So I think mine is correct. Yours is if it's been thawed for a little bit.
You told me you put one of the cheese buns in the microwave for 5 minutes. So how can I trust your advice here?
That's right. Yeah. The cinnamon rolls, the Pillsbury Doughboy ones where you get the easy stick on the tray in for 10 minutes. Oh, I can still burn those. So yeah, I'm not bad. I'm not good with the direct. It's very bad.
Okay.
That's right.
Well,
but I do want to say this.
Oh, yeah.
Every product that comes through and out of the urban farm, you have nice instructions for idiots like myself who can cook. Yeah, and I'm going to say you guys have already prepared the dinners. I just reheat it. And for anybody who's ready to eat meals, all the instructions are there. Even I can get it right.
There you go. Wow, we're doing something right.
That's right. It keeps me coming back. And again, my boys, not fans of eating all their food, but when we eat the urban farm lasagna, my boys, they don't leave anything but the sauce at the bottom of the bowl. And,
the boy.
It's just amazing. And again, it's the fresh, the fresh local farmers, the Mennonites, everybody putting their love and passion into their food, and you can taste it. And it really does taste a difference through the urban farm product.
You got it.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, guys. We really appreciate you having us on.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you very much. And of course, we'll be talking soon, like always.
You got her.
All right.
Bye for now.
Take care, guys. We'll be in there tomorrow.
Sounds good.
All right, I need to stock up there. Amazing duo.
Yeah,
Steve and Becky, the Urban Farm.
I don't think you should be giving out cooking skills, but yes, you're right about them being amazing. And listen, they had a dream and they went for it. A couple bumps in the road, but they went for it, my friend. There, so
right. You scrape your knee, you get up, put the Band-Aid on, and you keep going.
All right, so let's. The second theme of tonight is we really wanted to focus on is the Santa Claus parade.
Yeah.
So first of all, let's talk about the event itself.
Okay.
Close to 50 floats, 15,000 participants.
15,000 people. It's amazing seeing the people who came out and supported the parade.
And I'm telling you right now, because it must have been because of the weather, there was just a trace of snow on the ground. Downtown Timmins looked like the scene from a Hallmark movie last night. It looked awesome.
It looked great.
Really?
I forget where I forget the comment. I know the comment. I forget what he was. They were stating that our parade put theirs to shame. So, kudos to everybody in the Downtown Timmins BIA. Everything looked great. The street decorations, the snowflakes, everything was perfect last night.
Yeah. People were complaining about any music. Well, we'll get to the music in a second. But I'm telling you, that was it. So the parade itself was fantastic. It looked amazing. It was well organized. If you've never been had a float in the parade before, they give you a number. They tell you when to get there. They give driver instructions. It's extremely well done. They had a ton of volunteers, so it's just like totally amazing. Now, this is where we owe the thank yous to. So we wanted to be in the parade, right?
Yeah.
But you and I don't really have the skill sets of decorating. We didn't have a trailer, and we didn't have anything to decorate with. So we made a call out on the show asking for help. Because your idea, really, we were going to go down to the dollar store and draw Christmas trees on Bristol board and tape them to the
and
side
hang
of
them
car.
to the side of our bikes
we
or
were
something.
gonna
We had no transportation. We're like, should we just walk? Like, we've got the space. We need to fill the space either with a trailer or we're going to be walking, juggling, doing something. But yeah, many thanks to first of all, Noel Belair, who loaned us his trailer for last night's affair. And then it was Mary and Dave Laneville. The Lanevilles saw the trailer and said, you need decorations for that float. And if you saw all the candy decorations, the candy canes, the big suckers, the big Werther's Originals, everybody was fighting over that Hershey Kiss on the front of our trailer. That was all Mary and Dave. Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing work from them.
Yes. So first, Noel lent us a trailer, so that we needed something, right? We couldn't.
Yeah.
We knew we weren't going to tape things to a Chevy Cruze and a Nissan. So Noel came through big time. He let us get the trailer early. Tremendous. And then Mary and Dave, you have to see the decorations they made. Like, it's just big lollipops and Hershey Kisses and suckers and oh my God. What's the green thing, Kinsman? Is that like
it was a gumdrop.
Gumdrop? Yes. So just tremendously talented people who not only made us the decorations, dropped the decorations off for us. So that's, they thank you so much to Mary and Dave, like super kind. They really saved us. And, we were so they made us look good, believe it or not.
They made us look good. And again, there's quite the cast behind the scenes. Mary, Dave, Noel, getting the foot stamp for the float and the decorations. And then we had our cast who helped put the decorations on. We had your other half, Terry, her sister Rhonda was there, her parents, Lillian, her mom, Jay was driving, her dad. And of course, we had our little minions, Caden, my little guy with Ethan, his older brother. You had your little guy, Aiden.
Yeah. So Terry, so Terry spent the whole day yesterday putting the float together.
Yeah, she
did. And her parents did come over, so her dad drove the float, and then we did part of it in Porcupine. Then we drove it to our spot for the parade, spot number 23, and then they did the rest. So they really knew where to put it and how to put it up. And her dad set up all the sound systems, so we did have music on our floats.
Yeah.
They got us all set up. The one thing I did was pour the candies into the bag. I'll take credit for that.
and you gave them away a little too quick here.
Well, hold on.
That's a tough gig. Handing out candy at the parade is a tough gig.
But definitely.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that. But I really want to thank the people who did that to put it together. Now, once everything's together, sort of comes mine and your time to do some work, right? And you and I decided, like you're saying, is handing out the candy. Now, I didn't know what to expect because my son Aiden and Terry were holding the banner, Kins and Klomp Live banner, and then our job to hand out the candy. I didn't realize there was going to be 15,000 people down there, and almost every single one wanted a candy.
Everybody had their hands out. If you gave them a broken candy cane, this person gets a candy cane. No candy cane for the next mitt. You're diving back to make sure that empty mitt is a candy cane. Again, you need about 15,000, 20,000 candies to muster a parade. I think we learned this year that we're going to get more candies for next year.
And
more candy help.
it's not that I'm very social. So I stopped to take pictures with 3 people. And then someone had a question about the show last week, and I stopped there. And so I was like, and you know, people just wanted to chat. And I'm chatting, and all of a sudden, 5 minutes in, I'm 4 floats behind.
4 floats behind. At one point, I was 2.5 floats behind. And again, yeah, you're trying to, you know, mix and mingle, you know, throwing candies. It would have been so much easier. I know they said no throwing of the candies. I remember the parades back in Ajax, watching the Ajax Santa Claus parade. You know, they used to whip the candies. They had firefighters with candies in their helmets, just throwing them at us. It was so much easier.
Yes.
Right?
So I got overexcited with the candy, and I would say about a quarter in, I gave away all my candy. Now, you still had a half a bag. You were being very cheap with the candy.
I almost lasted down to right around the bend by Osaka Sushi. My candy bag lasted to there.
But people are like, hey, my kid never got a candy, so I would circle back. I think you just bowled through, and you were handing one out to every 10th kid, breaking hearts. Me, I was
no. trying to accommodate, but again, yeah, it's we need about 10 people per side with candy bags, and next year we've learned this is our first year of Kids and Clomp Live with a parade float. And next year it's going to be bigger, better, and again more candy. We're going to get candy cannons. I know we're not allowed to fire them at them. But what if they had little parachutes and they just land nice and soft in the crowd? Would that work?
We would have to find someone to help us out with that. So we didn't eat any candies.
No, I didn't have time. There was no time to eat them.
The Christmas tree from City Hall. No, we actually had people provide that to us. But yes. And you know what the cool thing? So then we finally caught up and we did a Facebook Live, which was a lot of fun. And we sort of we did hand out the rest of the candy. There was $100 worth in candy we handed out.
Yeah.
And then the cool thing is once the parade's over, you know, we hopped in the float and we drove back to where our parking was by the library. I thought that was awesome. I don't know.
Lots of fun going through the city, and again seeing all the other floats. I think my little guys, that was the fun part of the parade as well. They were all excited that we were in the back of a wagon, and my little guys. It's amazing here. I think there are 90% of their school classmates were in that in amongst the parade route. That's all you hear. Ethan, Caden, Aiden had people knowing the kids on the float. It was amazing.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that because Aiden's like, he's 12 and he's like, Dad, it's kind of not cool if I'm standing. People are going to stare. I don't know. I'll just stay home and play my Xbox.
People are going to know it's me.
I did have to convince him a bit.
Yeah.
Right. So he wasn't overly impressed to go, but he sort of went. But then after the event, I heard him come on the phone, talk to his older brother, said, hey, you should have came. It was actually pretty cool. So
he was pretty good. He was having a good time. And I think Joanne's comment was the thrilling one was our group photo. And they could have got, I think they caught Aiden in mid-smile.
Well, at that point, he's like, I don't know. But he did have a real good time. The disadvantage is you don't get to see the other floats, really.
No, you don't get to see them all as a voyeur of the parade. I kind of wish that you want to be in the parade, but yes, it would have been nice to see every single float go by. And again, kudos to everybody. Floats were amazing. I know the Timmins Tuners, their float was just a couple floats down from us on the other side of the street in the staging area. Their creativity was amazing.
Yeah. So
and the Hydro One float behind us, the guy was hanging up on the pole. That was very creative. Funny.
So a lot of creative things. Yeah. But it was awesome to be part of it, and we just want to say thank you very much for everyone that helped us put that together. It wouldn't have been anything without everyone who helped out. And then we do. I guess we could say this. Like we do. So we have these awesome decorations back to Mary and Dave. And we've already talked to Mary about what we plan on doing, right?
Yes. We've already decided that. Are we going to say what we're doing with them?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna drop them off to TDH, and one of the wards they can use to decorate their wards and spruce them up for Christmas. So we're gonna drop them off and make a bit of a beeline there when we can establish a connection, and we'll drop them off.
Yeah, especially for the children's ward. So, and we'll have to tell Mary and Dave got to go into the business because we got so many questions. Can I have the decorations? A bunch of questions came there. Like people
Especially
just
the
wanted.
BIA. The BIA said those would look great in the Tweed and Hickory,
Yeah,
the Christmas
but
storefront. Well,
I think what they should, yeah, they should just
maybe a
call
nice
Mary and
side
Dave.
business for Mary and Dave.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think they could make $1 million doing that.
yeah. Someone came by. You mind if I just take the sucker home? I'm like, well, no.
No,
Right?
no, those sucker. That's a lot of time and effort. And again, yeah, if they ever wanted to open up a side shop of amazing decorations from Mary and Dave, I think they'd have everybody shopping there.
Talking about Santa, the Salvation Army is looking for volunteers for the Kettle campaign. They have not received one call. A very nice lady named Tina is the one to call. I'll get more info if anyone is interested helping out. Yeah, very cool, Jenica. Yeah, definitely. I do see the Salvation Army folks around this time of the year. So
yeah, the kettles are always out, and it's sad that no one's called. So maybe someone will pick up the phone and give them a phone call.
Yeah, look. So Mary doesn't want to go into the side business. I don't blame her. Probably enjoying her life, but a lot of people wanted these decorations. So
so many. The Hershey's Kiss. There was a fight. Noel said when we dropped the trailer off, he goes, "Hey, you forgot the candy tax. That Hershey's Kiss. I want it back over there." Yeah, of course, kidding. But Noel again.
No strippers. Mark asked the BIA about the strippers, and they said maybe next year. They couldn't be out because of COVID restrictions only.
Yeah, COVID restrictions, and it was about what -1, -2 around parade time.
Yeah.
Little chilly in the knickers there.
Chilly in the knickers, yeah. But yes, so it was an amazing night, and we just wanted to thank everyone, and it was a tremendous event. So we made it through, Kinsman, and we can't wait for next year. Oh yes, here's a couple things we wanted to talk before we go.
Yes,
we've added some things to the merch page, a little bit of a different logo, a different look, and we do have them in red. People say, "Where's this red?" It's always sold out. We
reds and greens are on there.
Yeah, and a Christmas shirt, so that's on the merch page, and some different things. We have an iPhone case for all different sizes of iPhones. We have like not a beanie, but a toque with the pom-pom. And so go check out the merch page. We got a whole bunch of different things there. So my whole family wants this for Christmas. So they're just getting
same with mine. I was just talking to a couple of my nephews today. They said, "Hey, we want some of those Kids and Clomp swag." So I'm making my list, checking it twice, and I'll be mailing a lot of our merch down south there. But it's great to see. Someone said, nice to see some rebranding. Yes, as we approach our 1-year anniversary. Can you believe that? We're going to be 1 year old on the December 2nd show.
That's right, pal.
Isn't that exciting?
Yes, exciting. We're actually going to do.
We've almost survived 1 year. We don't want to jinx anything, as they say. Don't put the cart ahead of the horse, but we're almost there, my man.
Yeah, it's so we're gonna do something awesome that night. We decided that will be our next trivia night, and it's all going to be about stuff about the show to sell it, and we're gonna have a whole ton of prizes to give away. And Kinsman has a cake coming, I think. I don't know what you're up to.
Yeah, there's a cake provided by, guess who? Radical Gardens, Brianna Humphreys. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna craft for us for our big 1 year.
The problem is if everyone 1 year bromance. Yeah. Everyone's going to want a piece of the cake.
That's right.
Everyone's going to want a piece of cake. So you have to deliver it to everyone's house.
Yeah. I don't know how big the cake will be, but we'll definitely bring it to that December 2nd show. And again, whatever Brianna Humphreys puts together, the cake is going to be magical. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so that will be our next trivia night. We're going to announce that, and we're going to have tons of surprises. It's going to be trivia about the show. So it will be a lot of fun. Speaking of Brianna Humphreys, Radical Gardens, they're provincial award winners, you're telling me.
Yes, Tourism Industry Association of Ontario Awards were handed out. And guess what? Brianna Humphreys and Radical Gardens picked up the Provincial Sustainability Award during COVID. They are the most and the most successful restaurant and business in the entire province of Ontario who has been able to sustain themselves, in COVID time. So again, thumbs up, Brianna Humphreys, always winning the provincial awards. And there's another one. I think they need to create more shelf space at Radical Gardens. Always winning the awards. Amazing.
Yeah, they are awesome. So that's where our cake's coming from.
That's right.
Looking forward to the 80s party. Yes, this coming Saturday, 80s night at the Surge. It's going to be all decked out in 80s retro. We're going to have a bunch of prizes. The DJ spinning all 80s tunes. We're going to give you a chance to request some music and get dressed up in an 80s costume. I already know what I'm being. I'm going to keep it as a surprise, but I'm looking forward to this Saturday night at the Surge, pal.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and again, we'll have more challenges, and we'll just have a good old time. Again, 80s. When you think of the 80s, it's hard to believe the 80s music, right? It still resonates. You play an 80s tune today, it's one of those songs where you'll drive around the block if it's in the if your favorite song comes on from the 80s, you'll make that extra lap before that song ends.
That's or if you have Spotify, you can just play it when you get in the house.
Or you can just play it in the house with Spotify. That's right.
Sherry wants a piece of cake, by the way, so the list is starting.
And Marielle says she's looking forward to our 1-year show. Yes, so are we.
Yeah.
And, Sherry says, congratulations to Radical Gardens. Yes, congratulations, Brianna. Always picking up the loot. And is it this Saturday, the 80s? Geez, already, LOL. Janice, yes, it is Saturday night.
Yeah, Saturday night. It came fast. It figures we just ended Halloween.
Right? Time flies when you're having fun. But again, $10 per ticket. If you haven't picked them up yet, go see Kim Donovan and her staff at the Surge. That's where they are, and buy them. I know Barry. We just saw Barry post. He's looking forward to the 80s. Best decade for music. He's got a table of 8 going to the 80s party. So we're looking forward to seeing
that's going to be a lot of fun. We have Julia, 2021 Special Olympics Ontario Athlete of the Year. How awesome is that?
Yeah, Julia Romaldi. And not only did she pick up the award for Best Special Olympian in the province of Ontario, she's also landed, look for her on a Disney movie called Spin. They've added her as a bit part. And again, it doesn't matter if it's a bit part, a big part. She's a part of a Disney production. Again, Spin. Congratulations, Julia Romaldi, one of our best local figure skaters. And it's great to see that she's picking up all these accolades. So much fun, too. We love Julia. She did great at the Special Olympics just this year.
Yeah, congratulations. That is awesome, my friend. 102nd birthday.
Yeah. Pearl Chalmers.
How long are you going to live for? I give you 56.
That's what you're giving me?
Yeah.
102 is quite the feat. Again, Pearl over at Spruce Hill Lodge. So we're giving Pearl a happy 102nd birthday. That was quick. I'm going to get you to do the math here. What was 102 years ago was what year?
That would be 19. Oh, no. Well, 100 years ago is 1921 minus 2 is 1919.
Yeah, there you go. 1919. Can you imagine the conversations with Pearl at Spruce Hill Lodge? Any workers from Spruce Hill? I bet you Pearl is so much fun to talk to. Just imagine the stuff she's been through in 102 years.
That is
amazing.
Awesome.
So happy birthday, Pearl, from all of us at Kins and Klomp Live.
Yeah, no kidding. 102. You're going to make it to 102, Kinsman?
I hope I do. I don't know what Pearl's drinking, but I want some.
Yeah, that's right. Right. What is Pearl drinking? You know
what? Here's something. When our cake comes in for our year anniversary of this show, we're gonna set aside a slice of cake. We're gonna deliver Pearl a piece of our cake.
You're gonna have a lot of deliveries, okay, pal?
You think I will?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to order a few more cakes there.
I'm gonna be like
Radical Gardens.
I'll be like the taxi dispatcher. I've always wanted to do that job. Hey, Kinsman, another pickup on Pine North. Hey, Kinsman, swing by Schumacher.
The cake, the slices get smaller and smaller as I go because I'm giving away the first few stops. You're giving away all the pie, and you're like, okay, I gotta space things out. I was taking that'd be your approach to the candies there at the parade.
That's right. I'll get a complaint. Hello, Kinsman took a bite, licked the icing before he dropped it off. They'll be like, all right, Kinsman, go by, give him a new piece. You licked the icing again.
But I can't tell you. I know one of the options was chocolate for the cake, and it will be a chocolate Kins and Klomp live cake. So I'm kind of curious to see what design she'll whip up for us. It's gonna be fun.
Call Spruce Hill first, my friend. We'll call first.
That's what Joanne says. Yeah, we're not just going to storm in, but we'll definitely, if Pearl Chalmers is in for some chocolate cake, we're gonna deliver a slice.
Right. Barry loves the sound.
Now we love Barry too. There.
Yeah. Joe, I think that means Joanne. Yes, let's get Joanne out to the 80s night.
Yeah, Joanne, come on out, have some fun, and it's going to be a good old time.
Yeah. Oh my God! All right, Kinsman. I think we said and did it all, right?
We did it all. Yes, it's been a great show, and again, big thanks to all our sponsors. We can't do it without any of these sponsors. Mm-hmm. The Urban Farm, Stephen Becky, the Surge, Kim Donovan and her staff, Lucian Transportation, Pat and Penny, B Sharp Sound Solutions. We can't do the 80s night without Jesse from B Sharp Sound Solutions. And again,
he's awesome.
Thanks to Pads Canine Protection and Detection Services from Martin Peel, Midnight Express from Luke Shalafou, the Cooperators, Sebastian Vermette and his team, Link North and Pitch, which we're getting set for our launch. That's coming up on Thursday's show. We get to launch and find out who's going to be the winning entrepreneur or I always get that wrong, the recipient for Pitch 2021.
By the way, the entrepreneur is going to be on the show Tuesday, if you didn't know that.
Yes, they are. We're going to talk to both of them. It's going to be great.
All right. So if you cook a lasagna for an hour and 40 minutes, I got to ask you this question.
What's that?
How long do you boil a hot dog for?
I don't know, 20 minutes, 10 minutes.
You don't boil a hot dog for 20.
Do I even boil hot dogs? I don't know. Maybe I zap it in the microwave for a minute.
He will deliver your cake to Porcupine, even though I live here. be my next door neighbor, Kinsman. Get in that knees. You're 20 minutes.
20 minutes for a hot dog. I don't know. What happens to the hot dog in 20 minutes if you're boiling? It
explodes. Okay.
Does it evaporate into nothing? You get hot dog water. That's it.
Before I let you go, then, how long do you cook toast for?
I don't know. Whatever the timer's set at. 3 minutes? Couple minutes.
Good night, pal.
We'll see you tomorrow.